As we enter the last month driving up to the 2024 official political race today, we'll plunge into the most recent electing map projections utilizing refresh surveying midpoints from each of the 50 states. Before we start, make certain to buy into my channel for more political decision content, expectations, and continuous reports on key occasions connected with the 2024 race. We'll begin by investigating who at present has the edge in this close challenge. As per the most recent reenactments, from 538, Kamala Harris wins 57 out of multiple times, while Donald Trump wins multiple times. This proposes that Harris holds a slight benefit. However, to comprehend the master plan, we'll need to investigate the individual state surveys to perceive how the political decision could unfurl next. We should move our concentration to the public surveys. Presently, Kamala Harris holds a 2.8% lead cross-country, while this is a strong edge. The key inquiry is whether this lead is adequately significant to get triumph over Donald Trump. Then again, for Trump, the inquiry becomes whether the surveying mistake is little enough for him to catch vital swing states like Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. To figure out, we want to take a more critical glance at every one of the 50 states. What's more, investigate the most recent surveying midpoints to foresee how they are probably going to cast a ballot. We'll start by recognizing the strong states for every applicant. These are states expected to decide in favor of all things considered competitor by an edge of over 15%. For Kamala Harris, the strong states incorporate Hawaii, California, Oregon, Washington, Illinois, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, and the area of Columbia. For Donald Trump, the strong states are Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Indiana. Next, how about we continue on to the logical states for every applicant? There, the edge is expected to be somewhere in the range of 10% and 15% for Kamala Harris. The logical states are New Hampshire, Virginia, Colorado, New Mexico, Minnesota, and Maine's legislative areas. Furthermore, she is too liable to win Nebraska's second legislative region around there. Harris holds a surveying lead of roughly 10 to 15%, making them logical successes in the political race for Donald Trump. The state's expected to incline in his favor by a comparative edge. Incorporate Gold Country, Iowa, and Ohio. With these reasonable states included, Kamala Harris comes to 226 electing votes, while Donald Trump remains at 148 electing votes currently. We should continue on toward the lean states for each applicant. There, the up-and-comers are supposed to win by an edge of generally 3% to 8%, making them cutthroat for the two players. For Donald Trump, Texas and Florida fall into the lean classification. Despite the fact that Texas has been step-by-step moving left in later decisions, it hasn't yet reached the point where liberals can, all things considered, secure a success. Florida, in the meantime, has been moving to one side. In 2020, Biden lost Florida by 3.4%, which was a bigger edge contrasted with Clinton's misfortune. In 2016, on Kamala Harris's side, Michigan is expected to incline in support of herself. The surveying normal right now shows Harris with a 1.8% lead in Michigan, and later force recommends that she is probably going to win the express. A few surveys even have her driving by, however much, 5%, which is critical for an essential landmark like Michigan. In 2020, Biden conveyed Michigan by the vastest edge among the three key Rust Belt states, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, and Harris appears to be strategically situated to do likewise with these lean states, included Kamala. Harris remains at 241 appointive votes, while Donald Trump has 219 constituent votes. Next, how about we center around the last milestone? Expresses the ones that will at last decide the result of the 2024 official political race. We'll begin with Georgia. Checking the surveying out midpoints in Georgia. Donald Trump holds a limited lead of, as it were, 0.7%. Back in 2020, Biden accomplished a notable win in Georgia, flipping the state just barely of just 0.2%. Anyway, 4 years after the fact, Kamala Harris loathes a similar degree of fame Biden had during that time. On the other hand, Trump's notoriety has likewise endured a shot from that point forward, especially in the result of January 6th. And other huge debates for Georgia citizen turnout will be the game changer, as well as the effect of elector concealment endeavors that could impact turnout in key regions for the present. Currently, however, Trump keeps up with an extremely slight edge in this basic landmark state. Presently, we should investigate at North Carolina as of late, the conservative chosen one for lead, Representative Imprint. Robinson has been entangled in a few outrages, including disputable remarks